Peace family, what's going on? This is Richie Moon from the Richie Moon Show, and I am here in LA. What up? Let's talk about it.
Let's Be Real podcast.
What up? Yeah.
And I want to start off by saying thank you to you because you allowed me on your platform first. And what you didn't know was I was completely stressed at that time, and I almost was gonna try to reschedule or something, but I was like, I need to stick to this.
Good.
You know?
Glad you did.
Yeah. So I wanted to really get into your mind and hope that you would share your heart with us a bit about who you are.
Oh, absolutely. Hearts on the sleeve. And thank you, because this has come around full circle. I had you on my platform last year, and now here I am in Los Angeles for the first time. What up, LA? So this is amazing. So thank you.
Oh, okay. So since our first time meeting each other during the interview, what has happened?
Oh, so much life has happened. And leading up to this, I was purposely vague with you on a lot of things. For the audience watching, this is authentic. This is the first time us meeting. This is really, besides text messages and besides the show last year, this is our first time us really having official conversation.
Yeah.
I have been all over America this year. It has been I often describe my life as a Shakespearean comedy and drama and romantic story happen simultaneously. So yeah, I've been all around America. I was engaged at the top of the year. I thought I was going to be a stepfather a couple of weeks ago. I'm about to uproot my entire life and move somewhere else. But life happens really fast, and that's not even no longer the case. But I'm thankful for all of those experiences because as an artist, you use that. So when I do a love scene or anything like that, I have so much more to draw on because of real life experiences and driving a ship in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, being a deckhand. It has been amazing, and I also want to thank you again because the Richie Moon Show is not, the old Richie Moon Show was dropping several times, sometimes a week, sometimes 2-3 times a week, and I haven't been doing that because I've just really been living life and experiencing. So now I can tell these stories on the podcast, on the vlog. So, oh my gosh, I'm willing to get into specifics, so whatever you want to ask, I'm open to it.
So let's take it back to the interview that I did.
Okay.
I could tell that you were a very introspective person. I could tell that you're a very caring person, and that you have no qualms at all with showing your emotions.
No, not at all. Young Jeezy just recently said it, I said it before. Plenty of people have said it. Vulnerability is powerful. Yeah, vulnerability is powerful, so I have no problem expressing myself. I have no problem telling about times I've been hurt, because those same times that I've been hurt and been at my lowest, I've been joyous, and it's been the most beautiful moments, so I have no problem giving people the balance of both.
Do you think that it's surprising to people how well you do show your emotions because you're a man, or do you think that is surprising to people because you're black?
I do think, just in general, people are surprised because I'm a man. When you couple that with being a black man in the world that we're living in, sometimes it takes people back and it makes them uncomfortable. And it's just, well, it's okay for you to get uncomfortable right now, because later on, when you're put in the same position, you will no longer be uncomfortable because you've seen somebody else too. So, yeah, no issues at all. And it goes back to around to being artists. I'm not a masochist, but when you go through these life situations as an artist, I know me, it's just like, yeah, it hurts right now. Oh, my heart is so heavy. Why does it happen like that? But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be some amazing poetry. This is going to be amazing to use for acting. This is going to be a great podcast. This is going to be a great story. So, that's okay.
When you think about it like that, do you kind of think that it could also be seen as a defense mechanism? Because you're not really giving yourself time to really feel it. If you're automatically going to that as it's happening.
Well, you give yourself to heal. Definitely give yourself time to heal. I can see how it can be viewed like that from. I can see how it can be viewed like that, but I definitely allow myself time to heal. I allow myself time to feel my feelings because that's the way of me purging and getting it out. And then I can step back and look at it objectively and just present the situation as it, even though it was me in the situation, I can still tell the story and tell all sides of it. Parts that made me look great and the parts that made me look bad.
So you said that you were engaged?
I was engaged at the top of the year. Feels like a lifetime. That feels like, gosh, we're in October, about to get to November. That feels like January of 2020. That's how long it feels because so much life has happened. Yeah.
So how did it come to be with you getting engaged in the first place?
It was a young lady that I was dealing with from last year. We had great sex. Yeah, we had great sex.
Okay.
And that's where it should have stopped. And that's okay. You have to recognize where your relationships are with people.
Okay.
So we had great sex and we were cool. We tried to extend it beyond that. That was not our relationship. That was not supposed to be it was a complete miss in attempting to build things together. Morals, values, perspective, worlds that we came from, it was a complete miss. But in the bedroom, oh gosh, fireworks, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So we tried to stuff all that stuff under the rug and then just put sex on top of it. And then we were just like, and she wasn't a resident of the United States. So there was that involved with it. And it was a great experience.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. It kind of sucks that you end up losing a friend in it. But it was a great experience, and I don't regret it at all. I wrote one of my best poems from that experience.
Do you know it by heart?
I wish I did. I used to know it by
I was
heart.
going to ask you.
I wish, but if you do wish to hear it, it is on my Instagram page. I did do a performance of it for a long while, but I can't. Yeah.
So
Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Ask. More.
I'm gonna lead with this. I
Uh-huh.
feel that sex is a very sacred thing.
Oh, it is.
So when a person says, or they put the word just in front of something that's so big, it makes me want to ask more questions.
Go ahead.
So it's just your temple, it's just your home,
Ooh.
it's just your space, it's just your one-on-one.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
So when it comes to this spiritual thing that's happening with the bodies first and then the energy that's being transferred, at what point, there had to be a point where you thought and believed that this could possibly be in the home, that the two of you had a home within each other, because it got to the point of a proposal.
Yes. Yes. It definitely got there. And then we split apart. And then we came back. And then it got there again. And then when we tried for this will be the third time. So the third time we tried, that's when the proposal came. And then that's when it was abundantly clear that this is not going to work, no matter how good our sex is. And I thank you for pointing that out, because it's not something arbitrary. It's not something just loosey, sex. There's so many things, a child can be born from that. So many things can come out of that. It's so much power. So thank you for calling me out on that. But Yeah, that third time we just realized it was just we were just too different of people to do it. And there was also the bit of kind of like it was almost like a business transaction. Like, you know, you're not from this country, you need you need the card, you know, I'm from here, so it's convenient, we're already doing this thing over here. So yeah, the foundation was never true. The foundation was never truly pure.
Okay, I can understand. Would you say it was a collective, or you felt you were being true, but then you started to see that this other person had different motives and different intentions, and that's what helped you grow as much as you have? That's why it seems eons away from where it started, from the positive.
Yes to all that. During different times of our relationship, it was very real. I feel like our chemistry and love was real.
Yeah.
But then it went away. Then we split apart. And then we came back, and then, you know, every time it's the law of diminishing return. So it was, at first it was at its peak, and then the second time it almost got there, but it wasn't quite there. Then the third time it just didn't even get, then I was just like, we keep breaking his glass and gluing it back together, and then we break it, then we glue it back together, and each time it gets more fragile, and you can't use it, and it just cracks even more. So that's where we were at.
Wow. As you were talking about that, I was envisioning it. Like, it breaks the first time, it's still a cup, but it's not the same cup. Then it breaks again, and now it's like barely a cup. It took a lot more glue to try to make this back to a cup.
Yep.
And the third time, it's like, we have to just speed this up because we can't even make it a cup. And what was very interesting about glass is once it's broken, you have to clean constantly. It's always in pieces.
Always in pieces. I'm trying to reconnect those pieces and make it what it once was. Try to recapture that moment, but it's just never quite as it was. That glass is never going to shine as it once did. So, you know, our disengagement and let it go, which is not easy for me. It's not easy at all. But it's necessary. And you have to learn the lesson from it.
Wow. That was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when are we going to see you in some plays and in some movies?
Oh, that is amazing. I'm so glad that you asked that question. So, thank you. I'm so glad you asked that because the universe has definitely been pulling me in that direction. I am currently in Miami, and I love Miami. Oh, it is so beautiful. I found a community out there. I have some great friends out there I've turned into family. But Miami is not the greatest place for theater and to cultivate that. So I am looking.
It's definitely not the best place.
No.
It's not, no. Maybe a place you go through writing, you're studying, you know, you already have your role, you're going there to be locked in.
Mm-hmm. No.
That's not.
It has little small pockets here and there, but no, I'm looking for something that I can immerse, a place that I can immerse myself in. Okay. So that is definitely in the immediate to near future with auditioning, voiceovers, and really putting myself back in that world because I miss it and I love it, and it's time. It's time.
Yeah. So, where would you see yourself moving to water that?
Possibly to Austin, Texas, because I like Chicago, but I don't like the winter anymore. I lived in New York for most of my life. Escaped from New York, I'm done with cold weather. So I just need the sun.
Yeah.
So Austin, Texas is definitely a viable option. And Georgia is a possible option, but I've been leaning more towards Austin, Texas.
Why?
There is a lot of theater out there, and there are people that look like me out there, but not enough people out there.
Right.
Go over and tap in and disrupt it a bit, you know.
Yeah. That's very smart because oftentimes people like, you know, they say that Atlanta is the new Black Hollywood, they say all these things. As you know what's for you is for you. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter any of that. What's for you is gonna find you. You know.
Absolutely.
However, when you go to a place, say like Atlanta or whatever, you can get lost in so many people that do look like you, so many people that can fill this role, so many people that want this role versus one.
Yeah.
That's wise. That's a wise.
Basically.
Yes. Have you thought about creating your own conflicts?
I have teased that idea, in chat GPT and the AI being able to create things just words to text and being able to create these pictures. I've started to tinker with things, but I haven't really committed and got deep in the So there's so many stories to be told with that kind of medium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of all of the places that you went to visit this past year, which one would you
Oregon.
pick?
Oregon is magical. Oregon has some great food. They are a non-GMO state. Oregon has amazing marijuana. Oregon
Break that down for the people that don't know what that is.
GMO or genetically modified food. They don't allow genetically modified food in their state. Most of their food is fresh, grown from the land. They have amazing marijuana. They have amazing shrooms. They have amazing food. There is so much beauty out in Oregon. And there's a lot of history that is not known. Our history that we don't know about that is in Oregon. So it is something to definitely, it's worth looking into as far as our history and where we've been through in there. And the sights out there are just amazing. Oregon it is a feast for the eyes. Yeah.
What was the last book you read?
The last book I read was actually a repeat book. It was Man Heal Thyself by Supernova Song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read it before and went through the journals, but I feel like I started to lack on my discipline in some areas. So I decided to read it again and really make some of my weaknesses my strengths. A good friend of mine is Heavy Long. I haven't written down last time we spoke. He suggested a book, so I'm going to go ahead and find that and dig into that. Yeah.
What do you have going on for the remainder of this year?
The remainder of this year, I think it is definitely time to get back into a bit of the Richie Moon fold with more consistent content. And this is inspiring in itself because one of the reasons why I fell back from putting out so much content because I feel like I have outgrown the platform that I put out for myself.
How so?
Instagram Live is cool. It's great. It's amazing. But I have done over 100 episodes. I have outgrown that. This is more akin to something I would like to do. And then eventually start having a live audience because I love performing. I love being in front of people. But live interviews, one-on-one, really being able to look for an eye, being able to interact with them in person, that's where I would like to bring the Richie Moon Show. But in between that, I've been doing the vlogs. The vlogs have been really cool. And I might be going away again. I went away for a couple of months. I went away for about 3.5 months. I was touring the West Coast and going through America. I might go away again, waiting for some more information, but that is in the near future. But if I don't go away, I will be working on immersing myself back into acting, bringing the Richie Moon Show to different spaces, and exposing my fitness a bit more. I like fitness, I like to work out, and not that I don't hide it, but I don't show it. So I'm gonna lean a bit more to showing the fitness aspects of my life.
Are you still doing the guided meditations?
I haven't done a guided meditation for the public in a long time. I've done it for some friends privately because we have the luxury of living in Miami, we be near the beach. So we go there and do our own thing, but for the public, it's been a while. I would love to get back into that. I really enjoy it.
enjoy those. The breathing techniques, and then seeing you and some of the other guys do the God Body Challenge with the gallon of water. It's inspiring because you could choose to put anything out there, but you're showing people different tools on how to improve their holistic selves, mind, body, soul, and spirit. So I just want to tell you thank you so much for being you. I thank you for coming here. I thank you so much for helping me to step out of my own way and allowing me to come onto your platform. I thank you for allowing me to be a student of what it means to just be. Thank you for following your purpose.
Hey, well, listen, we are a reflection of each other from a different perspective, so thank you.
And I'm always here. We're locked in. We're locked in. So let's collaborate and do more things together.
Absolutely.
And if I can help with any resources I might have with people that help publish books, or if someone is talking about a play or a movie or something like that, I can give you your information. Anyone that wants to work with you, collaborate with you, how can they reach you?
They can holler at me on Instagram, The Richie Moon Show _. Also on YouTube, The Richie Moon Show. I'm on X, though I don't ever. Is it do you X something or do you tweet? I'm not sure. But whatever it is, it's tweet. You tweet it, but then it's X. Okay, I tweet X. You can find me on there, right? The Richie Moon Show on all platforms. The Richie Moon Show, but I'm most active on Instagram. So holla at me.
And that concludes this episode of the Let's Be Real podcast. Thank you.